Hi, myself Chandrasekhar from SNS College of Engineering. In this video, I am going to give you a case study on thermal fatigue cracks of firefighting vehicle grey iron brake discs, which is taken from the company Gensol. So they are the manufacturers of firefighting vehicles and other disaster management equipments and vehicles. So before entering into the case study, I just give you an introduction. So the braking system represents one of the most fundamental safety critical component in modern passenger cars. So we all know that braking is the important thing. So braking performance of a vehicle can significantly be affected by the temperature rise in the brake components. So if the temperature rises means then the efficiency of the braking gets reduced. So the frictional heat generated at the interface of the disc and the pads can cause a high temperature. So that heat is produced by the friction between the disc and pad. So the temperature may exceed the critical value for a given material, which could bring undesirable effects such as brake fade, local scoring, thermoelastic instability, premature wear, brake fluid vaporization, then bearing failure, thermal cracks and thermally excited vibration. So like this kind of effects may occur when the temperature of a given material, that is if the brake is made from grey cast iron, then that grey cast iron has certain property. If the temperature exceed the critical value of for the given, that is for that grey cast iron, then the effects like which I told, brake fade, local scoring, thermoelastic instability may occur. Okay, so in practice most brake discs are made from grey cast iron because of its high thermal conductivity and high thermal diffusivity and also its cost. So it says very low cost. So most of the braking system made from grey cast iron. Here in this vehicle also grey cast iron is used as a brake disc. Okay, so the brake disc got filled and that is taken for the study. So we go for the analysis. So what are the failure analysis? So causes for thermal fatigue failure. So from the company I got that the failure is due to thermal fatigue. So the thermal fatigue may occur due to first one, high speed with heavy braking load, then elevated temperature gradient, then continued environmental exposure. So these three are the major reasons for thermal fatigue. Okay, so in this study the failure analysis of brake disc used in a firefighting vehicle was carried out. Detailed studies including visual examination, optical microscopy and scanning electron microscopy, then X-ray energy dispersive spectrography, then chemical analysis, metallography and hardness measurements. So these things are these examinations are included and find the final what is the root cause of the failure. So in addition, finite element analysis to determine temperature profile and to estimate von Mises stresses distribution that arise during the braking also done to find the temperature profile. So the brake disc characteristic is very important that is to find the what are the critical values. So the brake disc in this case was designed to withstand local scoring, temperature, thermoelectric instability, premature wear, brake fluid evaporation, bearing failure, thermal cracks. So this brake disc is not failed due to these reasons. So there may be one particular reason that we need to find. Okay. So the table shows the basic characteristics of brake disc. So inner disc diameter it is 66 mm, then outer disc diameter it is 262 mm, then disc thickness 23 mm, disc height is 51 mm, and vehicle mass 1385 kg. Like that, the deceleration is 8 meter per second square, and initial speed is 28 km per hour. Then effective rotor radius is 100.5 mm. The rate distribution of braking forces is 20%. Then factor of charge distribution of the disc is 0.5. Then surface disc swept by the pad is 35,993 mm square. So these are the characteristics of that particular vehicle disc brake. So this figure shows the assembly or dismantled view of the disc brake. So from the shaft is attached with the bearing flange, then flange is coupled to the brake bracket, then brake bracket is attached with the disc pad and also caliper. So it is shown in the figure. So the disc, so in the figure the last leftmost one is the slotted disc. So that slotted disc, that is the general assembly, but in most of the vehicles they don't use the slotted disc. Recently the slotted discs are using. In the initial stage there is no slotted disc. So in this firefighting vehicle also they don't use slotted disc. So that disc used in that vehicle is shown here. So it shows that figure A shows that block board side, and figure B shows that vehicle side. So one side it is like a male part and another one side is like a female part. So in the arrow mark shows that through thickness crack, so that in that area the crack is found. Okay, so clear view is shown here. So this view is taken with macro fractography. So in the picture we can clearly see the crack. The cracks propagates from the cracks are seen to run radially from interior to the exterior of the disc. Can you see that? Then micro analysis is done. So the crack was propagated in semi-elliptical shape from the external surface to the internal one of the friction surface, which is shown in the figure. Can you able to see it? So we divide that crack area into three one is 3 zones, that is A, B, C. So exhibiting definite and different signs of morphologies and heating were observed. So in the zone A, smooth surface due to oxidation and was brown blue printed, indicating temperature reached to 400 to 500 degrees Celsius. In the zone B, coarse grainy morphology occurs, where it looks like orange yellow tinted, suggesting lower temperature. And in the zone C, a grey bright color with coarse grains occurs. So microphotographic also done. So result shows that in the zone A, look at because in the zone A there is an intergranular pattern occur, and from the zone B the result shows that laminar pattern occur, and zone C showing cleavage fracture. Then chemical analysis also done to verify if the brake material met the specification. A chemical analysis was carried out. So the below table presents the results of such analysis, indicating the brake disc was manufactured from a lamellar cast grey iron in accordance with the requirement. Okay. Then hardness measurement also done. So to put in evidence any sort of thermal effect due to the pressing action of the brake pads against the rims, the hardness measurements were carried out in a radial direction of the hub and of both the friction surfaces. So the results obtained together with the derived UTS is shown here. So hub materials at the hub, it shows that 176 HB Brenner hardness number, and the external rim it is 205 and internal rim it is 200 HB, and ultimate tensile strength of that common, that is hub 588 megapascal and the external rim it is 676 megapascal, then internal rim is 657 megapascal. Then microstructural analysis done at the crack surface. So in the figure, so first figure shows that optical micrography showing A-type graphite flakes as polished at 100 times in the rim area, and in the hub area optical micrograph showing graphite flakes disappeared in a pearl matrix. Then in the rim optical micrography showing micro crack surrounding graphite flakes. So cracks are found in the rim region near the or surrounding the graphite flakes. So the metallographic evidence is observed, and it is shown in the table here. So in the microstructure, so pearlite matrix, hub it is very well oriented, the external rim randomly distributed, and in the hub A-type graphite flakes are occurred, it is of 80 micrometer, and in the external rim it is 165 micrometer, and austenites is in the hub some traces of austenites are found, and external rim there is no austenites found, and in both hub and rim there is no carbides. Then finite element analysis is also done So the simulation was carried out as thermal analysis in transitory region to determine the temperature profile in the disk into the disk, and linear elastic mechanical one to estimate the von Mises stress distribution. So to find out the stress distribution and temperature profile, we go for the finite element analysis. So the finite element analysis is carried out in that disk. So a gray cast iron type 25 was chosen as material in accordance with the hardness value. Dealing with the thermal analysis, an evaluation of the vehicle dynamics was used to find the heat flux equations. So the condition for that is taken as brake speed of 70 km/h, then brake duration is 1 second, then hydraulic pressure exerted during braking action is 5 megapascal, then atmospheric temperature is 20 degrees Celsius. These things are normally used in the analysis. In addition, an external forced convection of the areas out of the pads contact and internal ones for the air cooled holes were used. So in using these conditions, the heat flux is approximately 7 watts per mm square. So the thermal analysis, finite element from the finite element analysis. So the temperature profile for the external rim and hub is from here. So you can see that. So during the brake duration, that is between 1 second, so the temperature is increased from 0 to 450 approximately in the external rim, and from the rim inner that is from the external surface in below the 3 mm depth, it is at 3 mm depth, it shows that the temperature reduces. That is, it gradually reaches from 0 to 200 degrees Celsius in 1 second. So the surface where the pads are getting joined with the disc, in that area the temperature is very high, and if we go to the inner, then the thermal the temperature gets reduces. So it is the analysis view is shown here. So first one represent temperature distribution, and the second one picture represent von Mises stress distribution. So where the break appeared, that the stress axis 360 megapascal. So the stress is so from these the results are as follows. Analysis of the results. So the morphological evidences together with the FEA are in agreement in identifying the area of cracks development. In particular, the stress is localized in radial direction on the friction surface. The intergranular pattern confirmed by metallographic examination and the laminar one observed on the fracture surface also revealed that the cracks propagated by fatigue from the external friction surface to the internal ones. So no defects were found at the edge of the rim that could have contributed to the cracks origin. So the fracture surface color at the edge of the rim indicating a high temperature reached during the brake application. Then I like to conclude that during braking, the exterior of the friction surface is subjected to periodic tensile and compressive circumferential stress, which leads to fatigue, crack initiation and propagation. Then the temperature and von Mises stress and the local total deformations of the disc increased because the thermal stresses are additional to the mechanical stress, which caused the crack propagation and a fracture of the ball and wears of the disc. So in axial direction, the temperature always presents a large fluctuation in the frictional contact surfaces. So it can be explained that thermal fatigue is generally easy to occur in the surface layer. Then how to avoid that is by following the following recommendations. So there are 3 ways to eliminate thermal cracking in brake disc. One is increase the yield and fatigue strength of the disc material. So when we change the disc material, then we can avoid the fatigue failure. Then decreasing the braking temperature. Then redesign the hub rotor unit to eliminate constraint stresses. And also a brake model with long distance and low pressure could release the residual stress caused by the severe emergency braking and would contribute to the delay restraint of the initiation and propagation of thermal fatigue cracks to some extent. Thank you.